Then you can execute that same thing with a random person on the street, but when there's that foundation and you actually care, that's that, I guess, sweat equity, if you will. That's that time and energy that you're putting in, or that ask that you're putting on the line, in different forms or whatever. So
for me, I was just excited because, like, I ain't hear from you in a minute. Last time we had that talk, that was a great talk last time. I think remember that talk.
I think I was sitting at the same exact table. Yeah,
you were in the zone. And it went from like it was supposed to be a 5-minute call to like an hour and a half. And for me, I get careful with my friends who it's supposed to be a 5-minute call to an hour and a half, because it's like that hour that they gave me that we weren't scheduled for, was that supposed to be for something else? And I think about that, like in terms of like, I wouldn't say boundaries, but respecting what folks have going on in general.
Sure.
So like before I pulled up, we ended at you have strategies for your friendships. Expound on that and how important that is.
I mean, I think so. We can even start with like the I don't know, thought process that I had in that moment. Like even once we hung up the phone and decided, hey, let's take this to having this conversation in person and doing it in this fashion, right? So in order for me to be here fully, I had to take inventory. I had to say, okay, like what was happening before this call? What am I possibly like not tapped into while we've been on the call? Because we were even on the phone for like an hour 15 or something. So it was already, an extended exchange, which was perfectly like fulfilling. But it had already just taken up some space, just as a fact, right? And so, okay, what am I maybe missing out on? What am I not thinking about that I was supposed to do tonight? What do I do tomorrow? Yada yada. And so that taking inventory and kind of checking in with myself to like, okay, are you even in a space to have this conversation or give, whatever it is that I need to give, to make this a to honor, both of us and not, disrespect whatever it was I was doing, but also fully respect like what you were bringing to the table or, what we were trying to build. And I think even that in itself is a strategy. Like, okay, to be here, a lot of times, let's just like throw ourselves into whatever situation or pick up the phone every time somebody calls in, and you want to be, reliable or whatever, but okay, well, what's my energy like and how, what is this person going to, I don't want to say want because that sounds draining, but what is going to be required of me by picking up the phone? Is it just like, what's good, bro? Oh, you cop them shoes? We both together. All right, holler at you later. Or is it, so let me tell you, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, those are two different, like.
But that's a real space, though.
Yeah.
That's a real space. And like for me, one of the things I said before getting off the phone was, hey, are you sure I can pull up? Because I was like, you may have a lot going on. I know you had a phone call. You may have been working on something. Are you sure this was the perfect time to pull up for you? Because I don't want to get in the way of your work now that I've already had an hour out of your life.
Yeah.
Because like you don't get that back. You can have like a big ass business proposal that you're working on. And it's like me forcing myself into your time frame. It's like, nah, you already got that hour for free. That I didn't even know I was gonna get today. Because like I'm packed to go out of town. Like tomorrow I gotta go out of town, Virginia Beach for like a week and a half.
And see, I didn't even notice. If had I called, let's have a combo tomorrow. Oh my God, I'm out. Sorry.
Go. So like I literally like unpacked the cameras and I was like, all right, let me put in my bag. All right, what's the batteries at? I charged it. All right, cool. When I get home, I know I gotta recharge these batteries, everying else. So yeah.
And I mean, I think even you asking the question, hey, are you sure it's cool? And even honoring, like understanding, okay, an hour has been, already gone by. Even your own things of having to go out of town or whatever, like you're checking in with your mom, like you said you did, like, those things, it's just the mindfulness, the awareness of like, okay, what do I actually have going on and what does this person have going on? And when we bring both of those situations to the table, and also applying the context of like, I know this person and this is how they, have shown up in the past or whatever. Okay, how do we do this properly so that, it is fulfilling, both people get something out of it,
Make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. And I think like all of those things, even just asking the questions or being aware that even conversations are draining, or like listening on the phone, no matter how much you're putting out or whatever the case, even just listening to somebody for an hour can be draining. So like all of that requires, and I think that's like base level strategy. That's not even like, like let me think ahead or, counteract my weaknesses with what I know this friend really wants so that I can show up in this way that maybe I don't really want to, but I know it matters to them or whatever. So like, I think there's a million ways, and honestly, when I first realized I was maybe applying strategy in French, I even had to ask myself, like, is this okay? Like,
well, you tell me what your thought process was, and then I'll tell you how I got to my answer. Is it okay to use strategies on your friendships?
Yeah. And the initial thought, I mean, one, I realized I was doing it. I was like, oh, okay, like that's smart. Mm-hmm. But then knowing that I got strategy can be manipulative, or it can be, divisive, or, or even deceiving if it's spun that way. Mm-hmm. It could be, a bad thing. It could be, you're pitting two friends against each other, or you're like, oh, I'm gonna like say this just to see if somebody gets a reaction, and
then boom. Person.
Yeah, no, 100% depends on the person.
Because
100%.
like strategy it's a tool.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Tools are bad in the wrong hands, and tools are good in the right hands.
Yeah.
It's how are the tools being used. So like, for example, I have a couple of friends that I do business with, and one friend in particular is telling me, hey, how do we balance our friendship with business? Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, you're my friend first.
Sure.
They're like, well, what does that mean? I was like, if you have a problem or an issue that you'd like advice on, I'd rather you hit me up about that, and then we talk about business, because as long as you're good, anything we do after that's going to be good.
Yeah.
Because I was like, business is the representation of two relationships working together. Okay. It's not just money on the table.
Okay.
So any business that happens, it's the conversations you were supposed to have, the follow-ups you were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Did you take care of what you told me you took care of? Are there less distractions because everything's okay at home? Mm-hmm. And if that's not the deal, you got to take care of the person first. For me, you have to take care of the person first before the business. Because like, I haven't built my business on what can we crank out quickly. I build my business on these real relationships that I get a chance to care about. How can we work together and bring some fun shit to life?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think it's tough sometimes. It's tough sometimes, man. I think
and it's not easy for everyone.
Yeah, I 100%. I think work culture in general can be nasty or divisive or just stressful. I mean, even it doesn't have to get to a point where there's malicious intent or something, or like it's super negative, but it can be stressful. And so like obviously that's going to bring out just uncomfortable situations, which would be enough for one person to deal with. But I actually know you, and I'm supposed to like care about you, and like we gotta solve this, instead of like just being like work enemies or whatever.
And then make money together, like real money.
Right. Or and be like honest about that, and all levels. And of course there's integrity and stuff, but like when there's the friendship aspect, as well. And if we're honoring that properly, there's gonna be certain things where like, damn, like this vendor is telling me, we could pay him $300 less, but the partner don't know that I could just pocket this $300, blah blah blah, and then and that's
especially
not
in writing.
Right? It's not in writing. You're telling me this. You're handing me the money, blah, like.
Yeah.
Damn, but okay, and not even saying that's what anyone would do.
Though. That's a reality for a lot of folks.
Yeah, and money's a thing that like I mean, the root of all evil, if you will. But like it, it could be that easy of I already got this money like right here. And I did like pay for gas, and I spent bread on extra materials and yada yada.
When you start accounting for things without the conversation.
Right, and then but also part of that friendship requires like to put certain things on the table, knowing that there could be an opportunity where there's some, a loophole like that, and let me just because I bang with this person, let me go ahead and cover that in writing or talk about that ahead of time, so that if there is a thing like that, at least we know how each of us looks at it, and it's not a like, damn, we didn't even talk about it. I thought we was friends. You need.
So now you're touching on motive operations. What we did earlier.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because like now you're in terms of is it still amongst friends, or like how are you guys calling it? Are you speaking on that out loud?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it's definitely official. The name has been shorted to Friends. Just as
without the TV show.
Yes, it's spelled different. It's FRNDS.
Okay.
And it was a strategic move.
And that's your brand.
Yes, the brand is Friends. So
because they don't know that, so we gotta like let them know.
Yeah, I feel like so. I feel like I need to do like another intro. I feel like later there was a point we were talking. I was like, "Yo, you messed that intro up. Like, you gotta do it over." Somehow.
No. It's good. It's just the combo. Like the links will be like down below. Like,
for sure.
This is the website. This is where you guys can find him. This is the brand Friends.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, yeah, that's, you know, there's gonna be clicks and links and all the things. That's the internet. But nah, so the brand Friends, I mean, from 2018, it was originally amongst friends. You know,
Great cups.
yeah. We should have been having smoothies out of them.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you don't gotta overdo it, and there's new ones coming because, you know, we rebrand, so it's perfect.
Yeah.
Geez, lost my train of thought.
Amongst friends.
Yeah.
Now been shortened to friends.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And
So
you now have a new group of people that you're working with. So let's talk about the start of Friends and what Friends is looking to become.
So
or maintain.
Yeah, no, 100%. So the pivot in the name just came from like just trying to have a little more vision about the brand and what can and will happen. You know, period. No,
So
don't
the
even need to
vision.
put a time on it.
Yeah, the vision.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I do think it's more than just doing parties. And like you said earlier, like we both said, it's about the people and not the parties. So, you know, thinking about, of course, the pandemic brought on, you know, a hard stop to all things, you know, fun and gathering or fellowship or whatever. But, you know, in order to, it's still important to push out messages of, or to evoke, you know, feelings of friendship and genuine bonding and camaraderie and, you know, fill those spaces that, you know, the people across from us, you know, need to fill. And I think even, you know, creating a space where people can see themselves in others. And I think that doesn't always have to happen face to face. And so, you know, the idea, I mean, in a number of, honestly, man, at a point I was working at Trader Joe's as a graphic designer. So all of the
graphic designer.
Yeah.